experiences. Cedar Point's Grand Pavilion, new dining venue with the sights and sounds of their classic beachside resort. CedarPoint.com, you know that address. It's where you get all the info. A couple of passes for you to get out to Cedar Point. Have fun. Call her 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
The Alan Cox Show.
The official show of those weirdos who ride shotgun with their bare feet on the dashboard.
You're a weirdo, but let's do this.
On 100.7.
He was their music director for like 40 years. And that's Josh Freese's dad. I think his brother might be in some kind of musical thing too. But I mean, he's been a very, very prolific drummer. Did I mention Devo? He was with Devo for a while. Yeah,
Devo.
He was with everybody else. So I think that's amazing news.
I'm amazed. So, pretty amazing news.
Who did you think it was going to be?
Oh, yeah. Well, Brian Bailey sent them a tape.
Uh-huh.
They didn't look at it.
Yeah, did he mention that at all? Was he like, boy, had he cast a vote in this whole thing? Was he?
Not really.
He didn't care?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, if he did, he didn't bring it up to me.
Yeah.
It wasn't like dinner table discussion where he comes home from work and he's like, babe, I'm all out of
I'm all in on
sorts."
Josh Freese. I can't wait to.
Yeah, I got to find out what's going to happen with the Foo Fighters. No, he definitely didn't mention anything.
Well, if there's anybody that could go right into that band and make it all work, it's that guy.
I know that.
He's a consummate pro. So I know you know. I'm just repeating it for the cheap seats.
For the plebes.
Yeah, for the cheap seats. Hey, Dee Dee.
Hello.
Hi.
Am I on?
You are.
Hello?
Yeah, you're talking to me.
Oh,
What's up?
okay.
Hi, Dee Dee.
Oh, all right. I just had a quick comment to make. I wasn't having a real good day. And when you started to tell that story about the grill, I sat here and laughed with myself and my cat to where if anyone would have heard me, they would have thought, what is wrong with her?
Yeah, listen, I'm always happy to offer my pain and suffering as entertainment, Dee Dee. I've made a career out of it. I've devoted my life to it. And if that can brighten an otherwise dark-ish day, then I'm happy to be of service.
Right. I just thought it was hilarious. But anything is possible nowadays. You know, I've had the strangest things happen to me, but people don't believe them, so I don't usually even tell them. But that was, hold on a minute, kind of congested there. But that was my comment, and you have a good weekend.
Wait, Dee Dee, wait. Before I let you get back to your cat, give me one story that people don't believe when you tell them.
Well, when I was like 8 months pregnant, and I got pretty big because I gained like 60 pounds when I was pregnant, and
60 pounds.
I was at Penny's, which was the old mall in Canton. Probably you may not remember it. And I walked down this aisle, and this big husky guy actually exposed himself to me, and I thought, who would do that to a pregnant woman? Okay, that happened. Now, believe it or not, and then I was in Toronto, Ontario. I was walking down. I had the baby after this time. I was walking down one of the streets there, maybe Yonge Street anyway, and on Sunday morning, because I was a walker, and I look in this bank-like building that the windows went clear to the ground, and there was someone in there. Another man exposed himself to me. And I'm like, what is going on with this? I'm not like bringing this on or anything. Then I was driving.
Wait a second. Do any of your friends call you Dee Dee the Dong Magnet by any chance?
No.
All
That's
right.
my nickname, Dee Dee.
Yeah. Oh,
then
okay.
I was driving.
Mm-hmm.
I was going down the highway, and I looked over, and this was like a couple of months later, and there was a fella in a car doing the same thing, only he was doing things more extensively.
Right.
I'm like, what is going on?
The hottest lady ever.
Yeah. Dee Dee, what do you? You know how they say some women have resting bitch face. Do you have like resting show me your penis face, or what is it?
I don't think I do. I was, pretty attractive back in the day. And as they say back in the day, it tickles me old people say back in the day, and I'm 75, and I usually don't use that expression.
Sure.
But
well,
I just thought that 3 times, I mean, can you believe it? Really.
I mean, over the
3
course
times
over
within a year.
Yeah, Dee Dee, men are maniacs and animals and disgusting. So 3 times over the course of 75 years, yes, I absolutely believe that. I can't believe it
in
hasn't.
1 year.
Oh, in 1 year. Well, I can still believe
This
that. Yes.
happened.
Yeah.
Right. Well, women are just as bad, so we don't want to put it all on men. So,
Well, if a woman-
Actually, statistically, they are not.
If you pull up and a woman is showing you her penis, Dee Dee, then there's going to be a whole. It's
Well, I don't mean
2023.
a penis, other things.
Yeah, other things. All right. Well, I'm glad I could help out, Dee Dee. I appreciate the call.
All right. Thank you.
All
Nice
right.
talking to you. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Oh.
Thank you. Weekend. We just came off the week. Thank you, Dee Dee. There's Dee Dee.
She don't know what date is.
She doesn't know where she's at.
Well, she's there with her cat. She knows where she is.
That's my future. Dee Dee.
You and a cat.
I used to be hot and people would show me their penises.
Man, I used to see a penis every couple months.
Every so often, I would see one. All right. Well, there's Dee Dee and
I didn't
Maslin.
ask
I don't get
for it,
flashed
and here it
anymore.
was.
Guy in Toronto showed her his penis. That must have been at Yonge and Queen Street, right? Right by Harry Rosen. Toronto jokes. Oh, boy, I'll tell you what. For you people who know the way of, oh, man, you don't get flashed anymore. When were you getting flashed?
I used to get flashed all the time.
No, we didn't.
Let's follow him on this journey of self.
In college, it wasn't.
Right, but everybody's flashing everybody in college. I mean,
Okay,
not
that's
me
what I'm saying.
personally.
The good old days are on. Once I started corporate America, now I don't get flashed.
But you're still a gay man. What are you talking about? Like, if you're
I
in
don't
the
get
right
flashed in
situation.
public.
Huh?
I don't get flashed in public.
like Dee Dee.
Yeah.
Dee Dee's getting flashed all the time.
Like I would get flashed at bars, or like people will pull their.
I bet Dee Dee
junk
looks
out.
very non-threatening. I mean, you're not going to whip it out somebody you think is going to kick your ever-loving ass. So Dee Dee probably has a very sweet look about her. But if she's 75, you have to think that those anecdotes happened a good 40 years ago.
That's the 80s, man.
It sure was.
Wild time.
Mine was just
Sure
playing
was.
beer pong, and someone would put their stuff on the table
Yeah.
as like a distraction.
Yeah. Well, they hope it was a distraction. If they put it on the table and nobody notices,
Put their beanbag on the table.
that
and
is
just,
the
like,
worst game of beer pong ever.
I would try and hit it like think. see how that works. Don't do that again.
Speaking of 40 years ago, I don't normally shout out people's birthdays, but my friend Amanda Vidmar is having a birthday today. She's turning 40, and she's very sweet, and we're all good friends. But I do mention it specifically because her mom, Barb, is a big fan of the show, and it was a couple of years ago that her mom, Barb, asked for a signed photograph of yours truly that she could prominently display in her home, and I was only too happy to provide her with that. So Amanda's 40. It's a momentous occasion, but always, always Barb on my mind, as it should be, right?
Yeah.
Someday, and by the way, just circling back, that's going to be Mary. Dee Dee and Maslin is going to be Mary.
I can't wait.
But you are bananas if you think it's just going to be one cat.
I've only had one cat this whole time.
Well, the
Yeah,
older
but
you
when you're
get, the more you
old and-
acquire
yeah.
I
cats.
don't know about that.
The older and lonelier you get, the more you're going to acquire cats.
And your senses are lessened. And that's why all these old women are like, can you believe I have so many cats? It doesn't even smell like it. Yes, it does.
And you're
You can't
canceled
smell
for
anymore.
having an opinion that shouldn't get you canceled, like you'll be the Jack Black becomes president, and then you.
I speak out against it and I get thrown in authoritarian jail or whatever.
Our
he
second
does.
black president. Hey, speaking of which, thank you to Riley. Riley sent me an email. He goes, hey, man, you're on the radio during a high-speed car chase.
That's so
In
fun.
Ohio.
I saw that, yeah.
Now, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. I'll play it for you. Riley clearly follows the Law and Crime Network YouTube page. They're all over Law and Crime Networks. I don't know if it's Dan Abrams or I think they have a cable channel. They're all over on social media. They have a YouTube channel with like 5 million subscribers. And this is only 4 days old. And I don't know how he sussed out that this was me. You can barely hear it, but I'm talking about a Ouija board. So I don't know what day this was or whatever. But you hear this show on the Troopers radio as he gets a call about a semi-truck that is leading them on a chase. So I'm only on for like the first 10 seconds or so. You really got to listen. The caption says, dash cam footage showing Ohio troopers chasing a semi-truck driver who was accused of pointing a gun at a mechanic. And then when he's taking off, he disconnects the trailer. So they're chasing the cab of this semi-truck down the highway. And this, you can kind of hear me before he shuts the show off once they get into high pursuit. And I would think that maybe this is Ohio State Highway Patrol. I think that maybe if he had left it on a little bit longer, he might have gone into the situation ready to have a larf. Not knowing when to get, because at the very end of this, the semi-cab like smashes into one of the other squad cars. Because it's 2 or 3 troopers that are out there. See if you can hear this. Listen.
We are taking our cues from an all-seeing, all-knowing Ouija board.
Is that you behind me, 1602?
It's the all-seeing, all-knowing Ouija board. You can barely hear it, but it's in there, right?
Yeah.
We're touching it.
I'll come back up to it.
Okay.
To be able to decipher its
Good, put a 40 out for us.
Signal 40. Signal 40 for vagina phone.
And then we're gone. Then he turns it off. And the chase ensues. You want to see more of the chase?
Yes.
Did you watch the chase? See any of it?
Yeah.
Let me cut towards the end here.
Here's one thing you need to do.
Nah, they always adds to all these goddamn things. I don't want that, please. Anyway, thank you to whatever Ohio State trooper that was who had the show on, just tooling around, making sure that the highways and byways of the Buckeye State are safe for whatever. Hey, Sue.
Hi.
Hi.
Love the show.
Thank you.
My sister was on the Boston subway system with her friend, and the guy goes to the front of the car and exposes himself.
Yep.
Her friend jumps up and screams, "Teeny weeny!"
Boobs.
Everybody started roaring laughter, and I got off in the Huff next station.
Yeah. Well,
Shame works.
Well, not anymore, but I assume this was probably a while ago. She called him Pee-wee.
No, teeny weeny.
Oh, teeny weeny. Oh, I see. I thought she said Pee-wee. Right. Well, maybe he just wanted to bang a left at Yawkey.
What would compel somebody to do that? What would make someone publicly stand up in the front of a train with a full of people and expose yourself?
Because these are guys. That and it's guys who have never ever had anyone ask to see it.
I don't buy that. I don't buy that.
Then go back to the illness part. It's a mental illness.
It
Or
has
they
to
just
be.
have given up. They're like, screw it, man. What's
There's
gonna
not
happen?
anybody. No one has really no one's asked to see my penis publicly, and I wouldn't even
I mean
want them
privately.
to.
I don't mean publicly. I mean no one has ever in an intimate moment been like, hey, or.
But see, I would go back to if the girl who says she gets flashed all the time. I could understand and I could believe, not that I sympathize or empathize with that, but I could see that happening. I believe that. I'm sure there's plenty of guys that flash a single girl in public. But in the middle of a train in front of a bunch of people, guys and girls, people you don't even want to bang.
It's the thrill.
Yeah, it has to be.
Well, and Sue's friend yelled out teeny weeny, and then everybody had a larf. Do you mind if I ask how old you are, Sue?
20.
I'm sorry?
20.
You are not 20.
How many times?
Hey, I didn't say 20 just once.
Yeah! All right, thank you, Sue. There's Sue out in Willoughby. What is with the elderly women calling the show today?
Listen,
and getting
they're on
off
Putting out
on
the
it?
vibes.
Have elderly, like.
I know we do.
We have a lot. So I did a show in Northfield on Friday night. Thanks to everybody that came out. And there was 3 or 4 older women that were just so pumped to see me. One was talking about when I was on a Sirius XM show like a decade ago. Like she was pumped for that, and she's been following my career this whole time. And it's just, there's a lot of women in that like 60 plus that listen to this show, and they love it.
I'll tell you what.
I love you.
I'll tell you what.
What?
There may be better radio show. Well, not maybe. there are a lot of better radio shows than this one, right?
Not
but
on-
I'll tell you what.
Not on this station at this time.
I'll tell
Who
you.
else is doing 20 minutes of misplaced grill material?
Nobody else. This guy. Hey, but I'll say this. There isn't any show that has a broader audience than we do.
Hey!
We got 19-year-olds all the way to 75, right? Every radio station, every day part, every radio show is technically focused on a particular demographic. That's age, that's a variety, but you won't find a show that has a broader audience than this one. I defy you.
Do you ever get bored and look on your Instagram and look at the insights and see like
No,
who
I
your
don't even know
followers
where to
are?
find that.
Okay,
I guess
well,
I should. You guys have explained it to me a half a dozen times.
But like I love seeing like where my followers are. Like it shows you what countries you're most popular in, and it literally says 0.1%. So it's like one person's like
in Uruguay.
Yeah, like literally, I get like one person in Lithuania. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm famous in Lithuania.
That's right, famous one person. Yeah.
I was like, that's enough. Who else has like fans in Lithuania?
We
One is all
love
you
the
need.
Poundcake. We look at it. Nobody like you over here in Lithuania.
It's so interesting to see those insights because you can literally see how many people in which city follow you. It's so funny.
I mean, is there something in retrograde that I should be aware of?
I think all that stuff's over.
No, I don't
Over?
know.
Is there a new one?
I don't know, but
Aren't there
mine-
stars and moons year round? Aren't the constellations eternal?
I don't know what it is.
They go away in the spring?
None of my electronics are working right today, so I assume something's wrong with the stars, or astrologically there's
Well,
gotta
maybe
be
that's just
something
a
going on.
solar flare.
Well, maybe.
What does that have
Maybe you
to
have too many tabs open.
No, I shut my phone off. And
What
when
does
I
that have to
opened
do
it up-
with what does that have to do with Dee Dee from Massillon at 75 calling me about her dong magnet days?
No, we're talking about. He said that something's in retrograde, and that's what's messing everything up.
No. My question was, is something in retrograde, and that's why we're attracting the old ladies?
Oh no,
Okay.
they just think you're a fox.
Well, I am.
That Alan Cox is a fox.
Well, they want a young piece of me.
Foxy Coxy.
At 51. I might as well be like a college guy to a 32-year-old.
young man.
That's right. Okay. Oh, I'm late. I got to take a break here. If you want to send a